Hello, everyone. Welcome to the conversation with Dr. Joan Coleman and friends. I am Dr. Joan Coleman. You can find me on Instagram at letmebemenj, and I'm with my friends, Megan,
Hi, I'm Megan Price. You can find me at MP Jewelry Appraisal and Consulting.
Rita,
Hi, I'm Rita Reynolds, and you can find me on Instagram as thereynoldslov.
and Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle, a women's self-care coach and soul at RD. You can find me on Instagram at Michelle_Caravella.
Awesome. Welcome, you guys. Listen, today we want to talk about toxic positivity. Now, I'm in the business of building confidence and inspiration, and I'm like a lot of positive stuff, but some stuff can be toxic. And it's toxic in the way of you suppress your emotion. You're like, oh, I'm all right, but you're really not all right. Megan, has that ever happened to you?
That has absolutely happened to me, and I feel like it happens every day in just every conversation. It's just that overbearing yesing someone without actually listening or fulfilling any of their needs.
Yeah, no, and it's so hard because we want people to be all right. It's our goal to say, you're going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. And so we kind of tend to push that on people. But when does it become bad, Rita? When does it become toxic?
I think when you don't really want to share your feelings, so you get like a cover, and then you start to pretend like, oh, I will be fine. And instead of let those feelings, go in a normal way. And, if you need to cry or something, I've been there many times, but I think I'm very honest and I don't do too much positivity, like in a toxic way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So.
Yeah, and you know what? People do it, and they don't even know it's toxic. They don't even know that it's. I don't know. Michelle could speak about it. What happens to your health when you suppress your feeling? When you feel like your feelings are invalid? When you feel like nobody really cares? How do you come out of that, Michelle?
Yeah, I feel like, I kind of think of like it almost as like emotional constipation. So not being able to feel like your other emotions, whether, it's you need to cry, like Rita said, or you're angry or just anything other than what most people unfortunately don't know or don't feel comfortable like holding space for. It could really like, have a not only make us not feel good, but we also might turn to other ways to try to alleviate that emotion or to release it or and that can turn to like emotional eating or just other negative behaviors that can impact our health and not the best way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important to like let it out, I think for sure. And be okay with like being around people who aren't positive all the time. Not that, there's a difference between releasing an emotion and like being negative, like super negative. We all know that.
Yeah.
But it's okay if your friend needs to cry. Like it's nice to have someone who can hold the space.
Yeah, and you're so absolutely right. As women, and men don't stop watching, but as women, we go through a lot. We carry a lot. We take care of kids. We take care of the home, and sometimes you really do want to cry. You want to let it out, and then you look at your life, and it could be you causing toxic positivity because you look at your life, you're like, everything's good. I'm healthy. I'm happy. But Megan, how do we stop that? When we look at ourselves, we know everything is good, but how do we just let our emotions fly? How do we just let go of this toxic thing?
To have the conversation with yourself about your true feelings, that they're not a burden. I think we need to change the voice inside of us because rather than saying how we really feel and what we really need, we think that that's placing a burden onto someone that's listening, when in reality, it's doing everyone a disservice. You're holding it in, and then the people near and dear to you are almost being like lied to or faked almost, because like Rita said, you have this mask on, you're carrying around something artificial with you and you're verbalizing that. So I think it's having the conversation inside and truly believing that you aren't a burden to the people around you. They're going to love you anyway. And making sure that you can, maybe start in baby steps, maybe not dump your whole dump truck in one spot. Maybe be like, hey, you know what? I'm really upset today and I'm not sure if I can handle it. Start there, right? Rather than listing every single thing. Maybe like baby steps in and see how people respond and kind of gain some footing there. Say, okay, that didn't go horribly. Maybe I can try to talk to that person again, or maybe I can say how I really feel rather than just smiling and saying, yeah, we're all good. It's not all good, and it's not all good for anybody. So I think, maybe baby steps and, kind of testing the waters with your real true honesty is a great step. And I mean, one of the motivational phrases that I say in my fitness classes, I don't know if this is relative, but I feel like it might be. I always say it doesn't need to be perfect and it doesn't need to be pretty, but it needs to be real.
Yeah. It needs to be real. Wow. Rita, you look like you have some thoughts walking in your brain.
No,
Talk to me, Rita. What you feel?
I think like too much toxic positivity block in the way when you want to heal,
Oh,
like, because part of, I've been there, I'm healed now, thank God. So, but part of, the road to heal is just, take the things as they are. Because if you're like making a mask, all the time, you're not healing, you're keeping everything inside. So I think the toxicity positive is a problem when you want to heal. Okay. I just want to say that.
I love it. I think you are right. I think you're right, because like we were saying with Michelle, when you have all that thing on the inside holding it in, you get sick. You get depressed, you get lost, you get lonely, even though you have people around you. Michelle, any last words about that?
Yeah, I love everything that everyone's saying so far. I would just say, yeah, you can't have the sun without the moon. You can't have light without dark. So, instead of fearing like or feeling like you're wrong because you're not feeling happy every day, like accepting that that's like part of how things are. So it's okay to feel those things. And like Rita said, in order to heal, we have to face the shadow. So feel like get comfortable like sharing it. Hopefully you, like Megan say, maybe in a small way, and have someone you could start confiding in. I think that's a good place to start.
Oh my goodness, this was such a good conversation, and I don't want it to end. Put in the comments, what do you think? What do you think about positive toxicity or toxic positivity? What do you think about it? And listen, take the tips from these ladies one step at a time. Don't block yourself. There's light versus darkness. Listen, this is so good. And we want you to just consider it. We want you to be made whole. We want you to heal, right? All right, listen, I am Dr. Joan Coleman. Let me be me and Jay, and I'm with Megan.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. I'm Megan Price at MP Jewelry Appraisal and Consulting.
And Rita.
Hi, I'm Rita Reynolds, and I'm glad to be here.
At Rena at the Reynolds Love. Amen.
And ask the Reynolds Love. That's important.
And Michelle Caravella.
Yes, I'm Michelle at Michelle_Caravella.
And we are The Conversation. We'll see you next time. Bye.